Hello, my lovely students. A very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Anubha, your AG ma'am in front of you. And what are we going to do today? I hope you're pretty happy because we are starting VIP series, and that too from the chapters that came in the last. That's something in which you feel more troubled. And more good news is we are not even starting the VIP series. We had started one-shot videos as well. So syllabus is almost complete with the help of Umang 2.0 series, and those videos we are doing on both the channels simultaneously. You can follow that, and apart from that are one-shot videos and then VIP series. And I'm pretty sure after that you won't feel much troubled at all. So isn't it like a great thing, all the efforts that we're trying to make for all of you ICSE students? So do not forget to hit the like button, share these videos among your friends, and definitely if you're new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now let me tell you what exactly is this VIP series. Very important topics and very important question series basically that is. We're going to divide each and every chapter in 2 to 3 sessions, are going to discuss more important topics and more important questions so that you can ace your exams, and that's what we really want to see, so that you'll come back to these videos and tell us that ma'am, it went great. Okay, so shall we start on the same note? Yes, everyone. Let's try to get some target of number of likes. Can we have 350 likes till the end of the session? That's not pretty much. Let's see that. Can we do that? So this is the very first question. Again, students, this is kind of a revision. I hope you had revised the chapter with help of our Umang videos. And when that's done, if you are the one that knows the chapter well as well, in terms of having a revision, these videos will be more helpful because we'll be having a kind of a pace that, you know, telling you guys in that way that you know the topic. Okay, so let's start with very first question. Define the term catenation. It's very easy question. And now whenever we have to say super easy, we won't say super easy. We'll say super easy because we speak chemistry language. And in chemistry, when you go to higher classes, we have certain kind of molecules called as supra molecules. Okay, so when we have to say super easy, so we'll say supra easy. Define the term catenation. Catenation is basically what? Catenation is a self-linking property of an element. What exactly this is? Self-linking property of an element. And you know that organic chemistry is based on carbon, and we can't imagine our life without carbon. Carbon is the one that shows maximum catenation, self-linking property to make straight chain hydrocarbons, branch chain hydrocarbons, and also cyclic chain hydrocarbons to give us millions of compounds that we are having right now. Okay, so that's what catenation is. For the sake of convenience, all the answer in an elaborative way, or you can say more of like a bookish language that you should write as well in the exam. What to do? We have to follow certain criteria. So I have attached the question and the proper answers. You can download the file from the link in the description box. PDF is given. Okay, give the IUPAC name of the functional group. So students, we can see that there are 2 functional group introduced here. Functional group are basically atom or group of atom when attached to my compounds, when attached to my hydrocarbon, that incorporates some special type of chemical behavior, chemical properties inside it, and responsible for the chemical properties that they are going to perform. So when I talk about the very first one, CH3, CH2, CHO, how to name it, we should know the basic rule to give nomenclature. That's 3 things that you should know. One is word root, also called as root word, that defines the total number of carbon in my carbon chain, in my parent chain of the given molecule. And before that, we write a prefix. Prefix, that's something that we write in very starting. Suffix, that's something that we write in the end. Okay, word root, number of carbon, whatever will be your parent chain, what are the number of carbons it is having, that you'll decide over here and name it, like meth, ith, prop, but, pent, whatever it is. Suffix, 2 type, primary, secondary. Primary suffix is basically deciding the carbon-carbon bond's nature, if that's single, double or triple. Okay, single, double or triple. Single bond we have ane, double ene, and triple ine. So this is how we give naming. And secondary suffix is the one that's defining the functional group. For every functional group, we end it with a particular kind of names, particular kind of words that are going to end in the last. So for aldehyde, CHO is aldehyde group, we end it with al. And for OH, alcohol group, that's saving us nowadays from corona a bit, at least in form of those sanitizer, that's alcohol group and ends with ol. Okay, and prefix is something that should be written in very starting. Generally these are our alkyl group. If I have a branch hydrocarbon with my main carbon chain, there might be some of the carbon acting as prefix alkyl chain. For 1 carbon alkyl chain, methyl, 2 carbon ethyl, 3 carbon propyl, and so on. Alkane's general formula will be CnH2n plus 1. Like if Cn is equal to 1, CH3, N is equal to 2, C2H5, and so on. And even if your ring, if your carbon chain is cyclic, then also we use a prefix in the very starting, cyclo. If your functional group given is halogen, we also consider halogen as a prefix and giving a sound of halo. So it's like chlorine, chloro, bromine, bromo, iodine, ido, and so on. I hope now you know it better, so we can give name to these two substances given in front of us. Let's try to do that. So the very first one is having 3 carbon. For 3 carbon, we have prop. Single bond between carbon chain, we write ane, and aldehyde in the last al. Now A and E vowel can't come together, so we have to just miss the E of the ane. Ane, A and E, we have to remove the E from the picture. So this is propanol. And this 1, 2, 3, 3 carbon, prop, single bond ane, and O in the last for alcohol. So the first one is propanol, the second one is propanol. Is it super clear? Super clear? I think so. So let's reach it to the number that we were asking for. Let's have this next question also. It's very easy and kind of my favorite. Fill in the blanks, the correct words, and hints are also given because some of the words are already given. Alkenes are the dash, analogous or homologous series of dash, saturated or unsaturated hydrocarbons. Makes sense. This word is more of like alien to us. Alkenes are nothing but homologous series, right? Homologous series of what kind of hydrocarbons? Pretty much aware with the same unsaturated, because unsaturated having double or triple bond. Okay. They differ from alkanes due to the presence of definitely double bonds, and alkenes mainly undergo addition reaction. That's why we call alkenes as unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated means something can be added into the same. So suppose this is alkene. Suppose I want to add hydrogen. Hydrogen needs a catalyst to add into the same. So these two hydrogen in form of H will attack here and will achieve saturation now. So the point of addition is after addition they'll reach up to saturation. Do let me know your comments in the description box as well as comment section, so that I'll be able to know that you're participating with your Anubha ma'am and giving your responses and revising after coming here, and not like yeah okay done yes. Let's have the next question now. Answer is written over there as well. Define the structural formula of the two isomers of butane. Give the correct name, IUPAC name to the each. So first of all, what exactly is butane? But for 4 carbon, and that's following the category of alkanes. Alkanes general formula is CnH2n plus 2. Whatever is number of carbon, hydrogen is double plus 2. So that's C4H10. Let's see what exactly is isomer now. Iso means here same, and mer means basically unit. So isomers, kind of same unit, means whenever you have a same kind of a compound in organic chemistry, that's not necessary that can be written in one possible form. That can be written in different structure, and those different structure of a same molecule are called as structural isomer. Structurally may be different, but they are same unit. They are having the same molecular formula. So I can write C4H10 butane into 2 possible forms that I'm going to draw. Just remember that if you have any confusion that how many isomers can be formed, so whatever is number of carbon minus 2, that's the minimum number of isomers that's possible. Could be more than that, but definitely minimum will be that. So 4 minus 2, 2 isomers are definitely going to be formed. Let me draw it for you. Let me change the color of the pen also. Okay. So the very first one is, that carbon chain, we first know it pretty well. That can be written in straight chain, branch chain, and cyclic chain. Straight chain in that way. Branch chain, I'm taking 3 carbon and considering one of the carbon as a substituent in the side chain. I can't draw the cyclic chain because cyclic chain in a saturated hydrocarbon has a different formula, that's CnH2n. Same formula like alkene. So those were isomers of each other. Alkene and your saturated cyclic hydrocarbon, cyclic saturated hydrocarbon. So here I'll write the number of hydrogen in what sense, so that every carbon will make 4 bonds. So this 3 hydrogen, so that 3 and 1 4 bond, 2 hydrogen, so that 2 and 1 4 bonds. And you can remember in this way terminal carbons are always CH3, middle is CH2 in general. These 3 are the terminal one. So CH3, CH3, CH3. This carbon is making 3 bonds, so 1 hydrogen. Let's try to give name to it. When you have a straight chain, that's your normal butane. But if I talk about common name, let me tell you the common name also. It's called as N-butane. N is normal, having a straight chain. And when I talk about the scientific name, IUPAC name of this as well, second carbon is having an alkyl group. As I told in the previous question, alkyl is written in very starting depending upon the number of carbon. 1, so that's methyl. So second carbon is having a methyl group. The prefix work is done. 3 carbon prop having a single bond ane. So the scientific name is 2-methyl propane, 2-methyl propane, and commonly also called as isobutane. What exactly is iso? That's a common name. Iso, when you have a second position carbon having an alkyl group, we have iso, or you can say that a carbon attaching to 3 other carbon. Whenever we see this arrangement, we have iso in the starting, and 4 carbons, so butane. So that's normal name, N-butane, isobutane. These are the common names. Scientific name also I told you. I think that became super easy now to you. Let's move ahead. It's written also. And I think Anubha ma'am is trying to write better nowadays. Extra marks for good handwriting might not be possible, but when it comes to have at least understandable one, not like doctor handwriting, ma'am is improving. Correct? Okay. Distinguish between the saturated hydrocarbon ethane and unsaturated hydrocarbon ethene. First of all, we should be pretty much clear with the formula. Alkane CnH2n plus 2, alkene CnH2n. And we need to differentiate in terms of drawing the structural formula. We need to write the structure properly. It for 2 carbon, ane double plus 2. So this is C2H6 and this is C2H4. Let's try to draw the structure. 2 carbon having 3 hydrogen at each carbon will make a C2H6, so that every carbon is making 4 bonds itself. 2 carbon, it's alkene, so there must be at least 1 double bond. So we have to put a double bond for the first place, and 2 hydrogen at each and every carbon, so that I can get my ethene. So you can see structurally different thing is here, carbon-carbon single and carbon-carbon double bond in ethane and ethene respectively. Yes, that's very easy question, can come into 1 mark. So students, can't you see this is just a trailer? In terms of Vedantu is a platform trying to do their best job to give some light in your life, so that you won't feel any anxious and can prepare better for exams and can gain whatever knowledge is possible from our side, and you can incorporate that into you. So in every Vedantu classes, you can have unlimited live classes as well as quizzes in the session. After every class, in the class, whenever a topic is done, there will be quizzes, so that you can participate in active learning and can submit your response and see whether how much you got this. And you can compete with the students throughout the world, can see your name in leaderboard, interactive replay of each and every session for revision. Even in the case of you miss any session, you can see the replay and leaderboards in that replay also if you participate again. Premium downloadable content given by notes of master teachers. Doubt solving in the session with the help of master teachers and team of class teachers. Subject matter expert totally dedicated to solve each and every doubt of yours. so that it will remain unanswered. 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses, the best time to have the class, because December, January, Feb, we'll make sure that you revise everything properly. I am already taking a crash course for ICSE, and that's already started, so you should not miss it and can come to revise everything. Okay, so in the lesser price, you'll get more and more number of classes, because that's what Vedantu's mantra right now. There's a link in the description box. Just check it out, and you can click on the link of pro classes. Do not forget to apply AGE Pro code. You have to select your target ICSE 10th, and 2021 you have to give your exam, and apply the code AGE Pro to get the discount from 20 to 31% on original MRP of Vedantu's price. 2159 for a month and 5599 for 3 months. Means for 1 month, in 3 months course, it will become 1866 rupees per month. Okay, so you should not miss it. It's like paying 11 rupees per session or 9 rupees per session when I talk about 1 or 3 months course, monetary benefit that you're going to have if you'll apply that. Okay, so decide what exactly is your party pack. This or that. Yeah, okay. So you know all the information. We'll move ahead with the next question. Identify the term of substances based on the description given below. A means you have to identify the term or the phenomena or whatsoever it is. Ice-like crystals formed on cooling an organic acid sufficiently. Tell you what exactly is that organic acid. If we cool it down, you will get the crystal. That happens in the winter's days. I used to see that in my laboratory too. We used to work with that, and that's nothing but, what's that? Should I tell? Okay, acetic acid. What kind of acetic acid? That's why we call it glacial acetic acid. That's having a freezing point around 15-16 degrees Celsius. That's why it started freezing and giving crystal-like, ice-like structure. Okay, glacial-like structure, glacial acetic acid, and that's organic too. Okay, hydrocarbons containing a triple bond used for welding purpose. That's a good question. And triple bond, that's nothing but my acetylene gas. Acetylene is my common name. Acetylene also you can call it, for my ethane. Okay, ethane is a gas that is mixed with pure oxygen, O2. Oxygen with ethane forms the substance oxyacetylene, that is providing a very high temperature around 2200 degrees Celsius, and can be used for the welding purpose. So that's what you needed to write here. A property by virtue of which the compound has the same molecular formula but different structural formula. I already told you that property is called as, those substances will be isomers, and this property is called as isomerism. Isomerism. Okay, pretty much clear. Let's have next question. Super easy as well. Draw the structural formula for each of the following. 2,3-dimethyl butane. So first of all, what I'll do, I need to see the prefix that's written here. I'll write butane, 4-carbon butane having single bond. Now, if these are 4 carbon at the second and third, in total 2 methyl is there. One at the second position and one at the third position. This is my 2,3-dimethyl butane. I already wrote, and now you can put the number of hydrogen accordingly so that every carbon will make 4 bond. CH3, ma'am already told you terminal is always CH3. Making 3 bond, 1 hydrogen. Making 3 bond, 1 hydrogen. This is my 2,3-dimethyl butane. I hope that's easy. I hope you got it, how to name it. When we have same kind of a substituent, we can use di, tri, tetra and all by defining the position also. So second and third is having in total 2 methyl, so dimethyl. Okay, diethyl ether. Ether is basically one more functional group having a common formula, general formula ROR. You can say R dash also. R is alkyl group. Alkyl group is generally written as R also. Means oxygen in between the 2 alkyl chain is what your ether. So diethyl means I have 2 ethyl. In between there is an oxygen in the same. So that's what I'll do. Ethyl is what? I told you alkyl general formula is CnH2 and plus 1. It means number of carbon is 2. So this is ethyl. So the formula became oxygen, oxygen and ethyl, 2 ethyl. So C2H5, C2H5. Why I'm writing carbon here? Because carbon is the one that's bond with this oxygen. So this is my diethyl ether. Got it? Okay, let's move ahead. Ethers are very much flammable also and can convert to vapors easily, vaporizable in nature. Propanoic acid is quite easy. If I talk about propanoic acid, prop means 3 carbon, ane means having a single bond, and oic acid means they must have a carboxylic acid group, that's COOH. So I'll write it over there. I have 3 carbon, and sometimes the mistake that you made is you do write this CCC and COOH for carboxylic acid, but now in total they became 4 carbon. The carbon in that functional group can also be included because that's also making the chain of the parent chain, main carbon chain. So this must be COOH included, so that I must have 3 carbon. So I can write hydrogen accordingly, 3 at the terminal one, this is CH2 and then COOH. So this is my propanoic acid, propanoic acid. Oic acid for my carboxylic acid functional group, which is there in the organic acids. So I hope it's pretty clear too, propanoic acid. Let's move ahead with the next question. Using the structural formula, identify the functional group. In the last question, we needed to figure out the functional group and write the formula. In this also, we need to write the structure and then tell about the functional group. Dimethyl ether, you can totally see the structure that it's ether. Now I told you ether is oxygen in between carbon chain. Now it's methyl. Methyl is 1 carbon alkyne, that's CH3. This is dimethyl ether. Using structural formula, identify the functional group. I can tell that belongs to my ether group. And when I move to the next one, propanone. Prop means 3, ane single bond, one. One is your functional group that's ketone, and that's CO group between carbon chain. So that can also be this ketone group should also be a part of my functional group, but also a part of my main carbon chain. I can't miss it because that starts from carbon itself. So prop for 3 carbon, ane for having single bond, one because CO group is there in between the carbon chain. This is prop, ane and one. I can write CH3, no hydrogen because this carbon is already making 4 bond. This is propanone. This is only called as acetone, the nail polish remover that we use to obviously remove the nail polish. Okay, let's see what is our next question. That's already done. Match A and B with first and second. That's so easy. It's just you need to tell me the formula of alkynes and alkanes. Do let me know. Waiting for your answer. Super easy. Alkanes is the one, CnH2n plus 2, because 2 hydrogen is extra here. And when I talk about alkynes, that's CnH2n minus 2. And alkene, CnH2n. Difference is alkane CnH2n plus 2, this is CnH2n, alkyne CnH2n minus 2. 2 hydrogens became lesser and lesser, that's what it is. So I think this is pretty easy, not at all difficult. Let's have this question also, give reason for all the following. Almost 90% of all known compounds are organic in nature. I told you millions of carbon compounds are there, and if I compare it with other compounds, 90% of the known compounds are constituted by carbon only, because carbon is something that's essential for the life and constituting all the property due to the very 2 common property called as catenation and tetravalency. Its self-linking property is one of the reason to combine with the other elements very easily, and second is tetravalency, 4 valency, that's responsible for the same to have arrangement of more than one type of a possible kind of a bonding. And one you can also say multiple bond formation. That's something that can make single, double and triple bond and can attach with itself a variety of atoms and group of atoms. So these are some of the reason for the same. Next is, it is dangerous to burn methane in an insufficient supply of air. That's very obvious. Why? Because when we have methane, that's hydrocarbon, and saturated hydrocarbon we try to burn because that's a good fuel. But if oxygen is not sufficient, means insufficient, what will happen? My carbon won't able to get enough oxygen to oxidize and going to make carbon monoxide. Now this carbon monoxide is something that's poisonous in nature. if anyone will inhale it in excess of amount, what will happen? That will combine with the blood that is having hemoglobin. Basically, hemoglobin is a type of protein. So carbon monoxide combined with the hemoglobin protein that should combine with oxygen, to be very honest, but now it's carbon monoxide and make a complex carboxyhemoglobin that is somehow not supplying the oxygen in the body, and we feel the lack of oxygen and feel suffocated and can lead to death also. You know, now in most of the places the fire is not the main reason the people are killed, like due to that they got burned, but basically due to that carbon monoxide formation, due to suffocation they generally die. So that's one of the reason. I hope you got it properly, and everything is written here as well, so no issue in the same. Now this is something that I really wanted to be very much clear with, that these topics should be here now and not facing any kind of a difficulty anymore. Please revise it properly. And as I told you, Vedantu platform, unlimited live classes you will be able to attend. In every class, quiz can compete with throughout the world with interactive replays if you miss any session, having live quizzes and participation, downloadable premium content of Vedantu with all the feedback given by master teachers, in class doubt solving with the help of master teachers and class teachers, so that we can say no doubt is silly and no doubt should remain unanswered. So grab the opportunity, because this is the time for crash courses. Already started, some are going to start, so you can revise it properly for our 1 and 3 months course. For 1 month and 3 months, if you apply AGE Pro code, you will get excessive discount. The link is in the description box, pinned by Vedantu. Get the pro class link, and for 1 month the course will be for 2159 after Vedantu discount. Earlier it was 4000, then Vedantu discount 2699. This AGE Pro discount will give you in 2159. For 3 months after Vedantu discount you had to pay 2333, but after AGE Pro you just have to pay 1866 per month. That's what the monetary benefit that you're going to have, and it's like paying 11 to 9 rupees per session. So choose your investment wisely. Do not forget to do the same. You can follow me on Instagram, chemistry.vedantu_Anubha. This is Vedantu handle of mine. And thank you so much for being here. That was such a lovely session too, and it's so happy to have you all. Do not forget this, sharing and subscribing. You can reach out to me. We'll meet you with one more important session very soon. But until then, take care of yourself. Happy studying. Hasta la vista.